So I wanted to show a squat progression for those kind of dealing with some lower extremity stuff. So squats are great for building up strength, but they're also it's also a pretty complex movement that if we're dealing with knee pain or ankle pain, anything like that, it can be kind of difficult and put a lot of stress on the body. So this first progression, we're going to start with using the bench for our depth, and then also using 10-pound plates for the ankles or the heels to sit on, so we can take out a little bit of this ankle dorsiflexion, so it's a little bit easier to get into that deeper squat. So again, it's going to look just like a normal squat, but we just kind of take out some of the variables. We have them sit on the bench and take out some of the ankle dorsiflexion, so we're still gaining from that movement, but it's not quite as stressful. Then we're going to take away, the next progression of that would be to take away the plates and just use the bench for height. So now we're introducing that ankle dorsiflexion back into the squat through here, but we're not having to control the depth. We're using the bench to be able to sit down on the bench and stand back up. So there's this starting and stopping place, but we're introducing the ankle dorsiflexion back in. So we're going to do that, and then the next option is to put a counterweight out front. So this is a goblet squat. I have a 25-pound kettlebell out front of me, so I'm not falling back too far on my heels. So again, it's taking a few of these elements out so we can benefit from the movement, but not necessarily have to have the complex movement required to perform a really good squat. So I'm going to play this, and using that weight as a counterbalance so I can get into this nice upright posture through the spine, and then it's going to help me with my ankle dorsiflexion a little bit as well. So again, using that counterbalance with the kettlebell. Now the next progression of this is into a single leg squat. So now we're getting a little bit more specific for running since it's a single leg sport, but we're going to bring the bench back into play here. So I'm going to go down with the single leg, use the bench to get my depth, and once I'm down, I'm going to bring the other foot back down so I can stand back up with 2 feet. So again, down with one, collect myself, put the other foot back in, and up. So this is an eccentric squat, so we're not controlling the whole thing. It's still a progression, but it's a good way, again, to work on that single leg strength. And progressing past this, now we're going to go and still use the bench, but it's a single leg squat, and now I'm going to stand up with that same single leg. So when you're introducing these squats, especially with those coming off of an injury or having some lower extremity pain, be sure to progress properly so we don't aggravate the body part even more. So utilize this progression and kind of see how you can build from there, and let me know how it goes.